in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane!
What is up, guys? Kid Critic is back with another video, and like I said in my non-spoiler review, I'm going to do a spoiler review of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, and I was like, this is a big movie, there's a lot in this movie, there's a lot to talk about in this movie, and I figured, you know what, it'd be pretty boring if I just talked all that stuff that happened in this movie all by my lonesome, so I figured, let me go get someone. So I figured that someone is someone that you met before, and his name is Graham Cracker. Oh yeah, Jar Jar. Come on now. You weren't supposed to interrupt. Really? Come on now.
Okay.
Goodness gracious, no wonder they murdered you.
What?
Anyways, yeah, Jar Jar's dead.
I don't think he is.
Do you know that? Yeah, Jar Jar's
dead.
No, I'm just kidding. He's Palpatine. Oh shoot, I wasn't supposed to spoil that. I'm sorry. Okay, whatever. Anyways, we're here to talk about Rise of Skywalker, and if you didn't notice, I said spoilers, so there'll be spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie, I suggest that you put this on the watch later list and watch it after you watch the movie. So, without further ado, I don't even know what you think about this movie. So tell me, what do you think about this movie?
I'm very conflicted. I think
just like me.
I gave it 3.5 stars on Letterboxd, out of 5.
That's not bad.
And I don't know if it's because I just came out of the theater like an hour ago, or if I'm just a super fan of Star Wars, but I didn't think it was as bad as everyone was saying.
Like what did you have problems with? And you can go into spoilers, by the way, because this is a spoiler review.
So the negatives I had with it were just Palpatine, I feel like, was a weird... He wasn't really set up in any of the other movies. He just kind of showed up, and when he did show up, some of the scenes were cool, but I feel like some of it was really goofy and cartoonish. And
do you like the way he looked?
The makeup was just weird.
He's pretty creepy looking. He looked like nasty. Oh my.
And his
creepy.
makeup looked like he was just wearing eyeliner. It wasn't really intimidating to me.
Yeah, he wasn't even prequels.
Yeah, exactly.
Like prequels, he was freaky. But the number one thing we have to talk about, okay, we're not talking. This is the only thing we're gonna talk about, all right? How about that Reylo kiss? Man,
it's kind of weird.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that, I was like, I don't know what I think about this.
I feel like it was kind of weird. It was.
Was that a fan service?
Yeah,
thing,
it felt. I saw someone who said it felt like a Reddit user wrote this movie, and especially that moment, I feel like all the Reylo stands are I don't know.
It feels like a fan-made movie.
Yeah.
Sort of. And that's not really a horrible thing. I mean, it's not Cats.
What did you just say to me?
I'm dying to see that
Cats?
movie. What? What's that? What?
Tom Hooper?
Dogs are better than cats? What?
James Corden.
Hoop? What? Hoop de hoop? Tom? Hooper. Ooh.
Jasmine?
Hoop. Thomas.
What?
Tommy?
Tommy
PJ.
Lee Jones?
What? Hooper? Oh, wait, what? Ryan Johnson? What? Last Jedi? Anyways. So I gave it a 2 3/4 out of 5 on my review, and yeah, let's laugh at the 3/4. Sure, I go by quarters. Okay, live with it. Anyways, but the biggest problem I had with this movie is that the movie is so rushed to the point where the Palpatine reveal, I hated it. I hated it. Because, it's not that the reveal was all around bad. It was just that, he's just right there. There's Palpatine, whatever. It should be
it comes out of nowhere.
Oh my goodness, it's Palpatine. No, it's just Ben Solo. It's alright, sure, whatever. I mean, like, there's so many reveals that are just like, I mean, yeah, sure, that's cool, but it should have been like, oh my goodness gracious, but like nothing set it up. There's no like momentum. There's no like build up. It was just like, oh, there you go.
Yeah, I feel like the movie as a whole didn't
Okay.
really have like gravity or any weight to it. Like with Rey, her new power of just being able to revive anyone was like,
Well, I mean, Jedi's have been able to do that
what?
before, but
Who?
I mean, she learned that pretty quick. What was that? Who's able to do
Yeah.
it? I mean, Baby Yoda just did it in The
Okay, but
Mandalorian.
that doesn't count. Like, I don't know. I feel
That
like
counts.
when you introduce a story element like that where you can just revive anyone, there's no
Well,
like why am I watching this anymore?
well,
And
I
it's
mean,
not just
I
in
think as far
it's
as
not just in this movie, but it's in
continue.
like every movie that has like a revival like ability, then it's like, well, all the weight from the movie is lost now because anyone can just be revived. And Kylo Ren gets
Well, I think
revived
as
like 3 times in this movie.
oh yeah, well, I think it was just once, but I think as far as her powers go, I mean, I think that's kind of been of an ongoing issue with Star Wars in general. I mean, if you're talking about Luke, if you're talking about like anything, any Jedi that they've focused on, it's always because they just don't want to spend time on the training and training and training. It's not like a Rocky movie where they have the whole training montage. I mean, yeah, there's training montages, but it's not like they really want to focus on that because, I don't think anybody wants to
Yeah, I mean,
watch that. I think they'd rather watch the lightsaber fights, which was great
yeah, I
in
get
this
that,
movie.
but it's like, who taught her that? Because Leia and Luke didn't know how to do that.
Well, apparently Leia was a Jedi,
She didn't know how to
which I like.
revive people.
I kind of like that. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe she just felt the force.
Mm.
Maybe it's just like, maybe if I put my hands in a certain way, maybe they'll heal up. Who knows? But another, this was easily the cringiest moment of the movie, and that is when it's the beginning of the movie when they reveal Palpatine, and I kind of take it back when I say that I hated the reveal. I just strongly disliked it.
I think I know where
Strongly
you're going with
disliked
this.
it. But when he's like, now it's time for the last order. It's like the last order. Really, the last order. That's the name you come up
Yeah.
with. The last order.
I thought
It's like, come on now.
I thought it was really cheesy when he was like, he says that line from the prequels. It's like the dark side. The dark side is a pathway to many abilities. Some consider to be unnatural. It's like,
Oh, but
come on. I literally thought that he was just gonna sit Kylo Ren down and tell him the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. It was.
Have you ever heard
was
of the
just-
tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I just think that the first like hour of the movie was either exposition or just moving too quickly. It felt like Rogue One, where it was just bouncing from planet to planet, and you don't really have time to breathe or take it all in. It's just
I don't think you had
going,
time to
going,
breathe
going.
at all during this whole entire movie.
Yeah,
Like if I were to compare this to another movie that I think is better, Infinity War had moments where you can breathe, like that rocket and Thor scene. That's like,
you mean Endgame or
no, Infinity War.
Infinity?
You remember the scene where where they're in the ship and he's like,
Oh,
"What
yeah,
do I
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
left?"
Well, I think this movie is really
Yeah.
similar to Endgame at the same time because it's like
Really?
the last installment of whatever, but then it also pays a lot of fan service. But I think Endgame did it in a way that was a little bit more.
It built up to it.
Yeah, it felt a little more
Because they
earned.
had movies that built up to it. Rise of Skywalker, other than Force Awakens, which didn't set up Palpatine either, but
Yeah,
it
none of them
didn't
set
really
Palpatine.
set
It's
up
so
anything.
weird.
I mean, I saw somebody say that. Oh, it was just like JJ was like, "Oh man, Ryan Johnson killed off Snoke. What am I gonna do? Oh, I guess I'll use Palpatine."
No,
Whatever.
yeah, it felt like
Oh, let's bring it
J.J.
back to
Abrams
life.
was just, he came in and he saw Ryan Johnson, like what, that happened. He's like, oh, the fans didn't like this, so I'm just going to do
Right.
the flip side of that. And so he like cut out Rose completely.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
she
they'll-
has like one
she
line
was-
and then she's not focused on at all in the movie.
She just states the obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
And it kind of shows that there is no plan. Like no
Yeah,
clear
yeah,
cut plan on what they're gonna
exactly. They
do.
had no clue what was going on, and that felt like that for a lot of them. Like, what was Finn's secret? Like,
Oh, that he knew
they
the Force
never,
or something? I don't
no, they
know.
never. He
Maybe.
never told Ray his secret.
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
what was the secret? I'm British. John Boyega.
Could you imagine that? That'd be amazing. Tom Holland shows up. Oh, me too, mate. Oh my god,
No,
that'd
but
be
like, it
amazing.
was just there was like, and I don't know. There was just a lot of like junk added onto it that you could have just scraped off and made it a little bit more clean. Like, there were a lot of characters
And,
that were unnecessary.
and look, this movie isn't wholly on garbage. Just I can't watch this. This isn't Phantom Menace or no prequel. Oh, no,
Oh
Revenge of
yeah.
the Sith. This is no like Attack of the Clones. There's a lot of fun to be had with this
No,
movie.
yeah, I don't understand the reviews that are like the prequels are way better than this, because
Oh
this
no,
movie actually had
except
like an
for,
energy to it. If you watch the prequels, they're so like sluggish and boring. Like, characters just kind of walk around and
uh-huh.
talk, and then they move to another room, and then they talk, and then they talk, and
It's
it's
boring.
slower, and then another character comes in.
Midichlorians.
Like,
But
but at least this movie has an energy to it, and it feels like there were there was actually passion coming from behind it, where the prequel just felt like George Lucas was just kind of, he felt like he was obligated to do something.
But something that the prequels has over this new trilogy is that George Lucas had a clear-cut path on what he was trying to do, and it felt like that. This trilogy doesn't
Yeah, I think
at
that's
all.
fair. I think, okay, I like Ryan Johnson a lot as a filmmaker, and I think The Last Jedi is a really good movie, but it just
I saw you
doesn't,
put up another review on
it
there.
doesn't fit in the
Oh, not
trilogy.
it doesn't fit in any of the trilogies.
I think he would have been a better pick to do one of the solo stories. Not like the Han Solo
Not that we
story, but
needed
like
one.
one of the spin-off movies.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Like
think I meant Solo
like you know what
Story.
I mean?
Yeah,
Because it
yeah.
fits as its own thing, but it doesn't, like, the movie wraps up in itself. There's no like ties at
Mhm.
the end of it. So this movie, they kind of just
But
said at the beginning, Palpatine announces that he's back. And first of all, why would you do that in the first place? Why did he announce to
yeah,
everyone that he was back? Wouldn't it have
because
been
he's
like a
Palpatine.
smarter
Who
idea to
cares?
just not do that?
Act
Surprise
like
them?
he did in the prequels. But there's this one scene that I talked about in my review where I was like, okay, I like this scene a lot. It just makes no sense, and that is the Han scene when he comes
Oh
back.
yeah.
It's a great scene,
I think
but it makes
everything
no
with
sense.
Kylo was just good. Like,
Yeah, but
throughout the trilogy, I think he's my favorite part.
he's oh yeah, he's easily the best character, easily the best character. But that Han scene, it was really good, but he never knew how to use the Force. He thought, I mean,
Oh
for
yeah.
half of his life, he thought it was mumbo jumbo.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
but
true.
it's like he
I
just, it's
didn't
like
I
how,
didn't think
and then
about
first of all, he doesn't even look like a ghost.
that.
It's like, whoa, did you just climb out of the water? Did you just come from a swim or something?
Well, maybe he's just
It's like, oh, I
a
just
part
needed a
of,
paycheck.
he could just be a part of Kylo Ren's memory or something. Because Force ghosts, like, everyone sees them,
Yeah,
but
like
then
Luke looked like the
Han maybe
ghost.
was just in Kylo's head or something. I don't know.
Uh huh.
I don't know. What do you think
But
about Leia?
I actually really like the way they used. I mean, yeah, some of the scenes were noticeable that they used other footage, but I actually really like the way they used her.
I think it was noticeable. I like the way that she, like, went out and the impact with Kylo
Yeah,
that she had. I
but
didn't like the scenes of her, like, talking to Rey, because it just felt,
well, I mean, they
it
were
was
like,
like,
we gotta put Leia in somewhere.
it just felt like her lines were, like, it just felt awkward
Well,
and,
yeah,
like,
because
noticeable. But I think that they did the best with what they had.
what did what do you think of Rey's parents?
I mean, I wish that they just kept it how it was in The
As
Last Jedi.
how it
I
was.
didn't,
But
because,
that just shows that Last Jedi means nothing.
no, yeah, totally. You could just not watch that and it would not change anything. What did The
I mean,
Last
I don't
Jedi do
mind the
that,
and
like, had an
absolute
impact
the
in this movie
porgs,
too?
the porgs. The Porgs and Luke. Only thing that, but
Yeah,
Luke wasn't
I
even
guess Luke
supposed
had
to
killed
die.
Luke, but like,
Like, if I were to redo this trilogy, but Palpatine still had to show up in the third one, what I would have done is I would have, first of all, I wouldn't have killed off Luke in Episode 8. I would have had him come back, man up, come back, and then I would have introduced the Knights of Ren, which I'll get to that next. I would have introduced the Knights of Ren in Episode 8 and actually have them be a force and actually be like, oh my god, they're menacing people. And not like stormtroopers that just get murdered easily by one dude. But anyways.
no, yeah, I
But
agree with that though. I don't think that the First Order was necessary. If it was just a story of Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren are like maybe like 10 guards that he has, and they just destroy the galaxy. Like, we don't need a second type of stormtrooper. Like, it's just unnecessary.
true, but if the First Order were still around, I would have still, and they had to kill off Snoke in Episode 8. I would have brought back Luke and have them two fight, and then kill off Snoke, and then at the very end of Episode 8, all you hear is Palpatine's laugh, and it turns to dark, and then you go to Episode 9, and then it's just them against Palpatine and whatever.
I would have left more clues in like 7 or 8, or done something to set it up more, so that's not just, oh, Palpatine's here, because we had no clue what to do. And
I think they definitely learned a lesson from this trilogy, at least.
yeah. And I don't know. I just think that JJ was,
He did the best he could.
yeah. I just don't
it's
like the Rey is a
Palpatine.
Like, I don't think. Hey, okay, let me just. This is a quote from Ryan Johnson from last year when he was getting asked about why he decided to do Rey as a nobody. So he says, "The bigger thing is, if you look, for example, the Vader 'I am your father' moment from Empire Strikes Back, I think that moment's so powerful because it's the hardest possible thing that Luke and the audience could hear at that moment. It takes away the easy answers, basically. We thought he was just a bad guy that we could hate and want to kill, but that one sentence, and suddenly it's more complicated than that. It's harder than that. If Rey in this movie, if someone had told her, yes, here's the answer, you are so-and-so's daughter, here's your place in the world, here you go, that would be the easiest thing she and the audience could hear.
It takes her journey away
It
from
would
her,
hand her
basically.
on a silver platter her place in all this. The hardest
That
thing
makes
for all
sense.
of us to hear, and the thing that she doesn't want to hear, and maybe we don't either, is that no, there's not going to be something where it's going to define you. And the fact that you don't have this is going to be used against you by Kylo to try and pull him into your orbit. This is going to be hard, and you're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet and define yourself in this story."
What a great speech.
Like, I feel like
Um,
that would have been just better. Like, you didn't, I don't know. It's just,
True.
there's just so much going on in this movie.
I know it's absolutely insane, but to the point where like the new characters are just absolutely useless and don't absolutely care for.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
know.
oh my goodness, great. Except for the new droid. I like the new droid. He was cool. I like that guy.
Yeah, you mean
But-
the new toy that
Yeah, the new
everyone's
toy.
going to have?
But at least he was a cool.
That's really what
new
it felt
toy.
like. Is they just, I feel like
No,
JJ
it's-
just adds random characters to.
Well, I mean, remember that little First Order droid from Last Jedi?
Yeah,
People that marketing was hyping it up. There's a bunch of like figures of it, and then it was just like in one scene. It wasn't
remember
even
when
noticeable.
they were hyping up Captain Phasma to be this big?
Oh my god.
This big, the next Boba Fett, and then she didn't do anything at all.
Oh my goodness. FN 2187, you're under arrest. That's literally all her lines were.
I like.
But,
Okay, no, actually, I was gonna say something I liked, but I'm gonna go back to a negative. Palpatine, who shoots that giant lightning bolt in the sky that like
Like if he's
completely
Voldemort.
wrecks the Resistance.
Yeah.
He then shoots a lightning bolt at Rey, who just deflects it with one hand on a lightsaber. Like what?
2 lightsabers for your information.
No, at first she's just deflecting it with
Yeah,
one.
one and then 2. Yeah.
No, but I
Come on,
liked
she's a force to reckon with.
Rey and
Pun
Kylo Ren.
intended.
I like their relationship, not the part where they kiss, but like they're connected
Oh, I love that
through
part.
minds.
Oh yeah, it was great.
I thought
I
that's.
love that part. I cried. It's fantastic.
I honestly
did-
started getting teary-eyed when
When he died?
Chewbacca starts yelling
Aw.
because Leia's dead. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Chewie
It's
always
kind of
makes
a
me
cheap
cry.
card to pull, but
It always works.
it worked. Yeah.
Did this one reveal, this other reveal that it could have been cool if they actually spent a little bit more time on it and just not had it just said in one sentence, and that is the Hux reveal that he's been the spy.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this? What is going on here?
No, I mean, I liked. Okay, this is what it felt like. So, JJ is like, "Oh, I'm gonna build up Hux to be this great, like, the next
Tarkin.
Tarkin.
The next Tarkin.
And then in the Last Jedi, he becomes the butt end of every joke, and so JJ's like, "Oh, I guess I just gotta like kill him off." So then he just like shoots him.
Yeah, it's just
It's
like
okay, what?
I guess this is the new
Why
Tarkin.
are you a character in this movie?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, sure. There's a bunch of issues with this movie, but like that, I felt like the action was pretty good overall. The lightsaber fight,
the
which
set
we
pieces
didn't
were
have,
cool.
and yeah,
I
I like the
all the
cinematography a
actors.
lot in this movie.
The actors are all really good. Like, they're given the best. I mean, they're doing the best with what they're given,
Yeah.
and what they're given isn't that bad either.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's like again, I wouldn't say this is the epitome of garbage. I just think there's a lot of fun that you can have.
I
with
still
this
think
movie.
it's better than every prequel, Return of the Jedi, and
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
You're insane. You're insane.
No.
I mean, but I don't even know if it's. I don't even know if it's better than Revenge of the Sith, and that's not a bad thing because you know how much I like
Okay,
Revenge of
well,
the
you
Sith.
like Revenge of the Sith.
Because
I
it's
don't know.
cool.
They're all
I
weird.
mean,
Star Wars is dumb.
what is your
No,
ranking of the Star Wars movies? Like, where would you put this?
Well, I guess Empire, and then A New Hope, and then The
Like,
Last Jedi, or The Force Awakens. I don't know, one of those. Those are pretty even. And then Rise of Skywalker, and then Return of the Jedi, and then Revenge of the Sith, and then I don't care. After that, they're all bad.
But speaking of Return of the Jedi, that as much as I loved seeing them and their cuddly faces, that Ewok cameo was very forced.
No, yeah, that's what.
As much
Did
as
you
I
like
love seeing the cuddly
the part
faces.
where Maz Kanata gives Chewie
Oh, I love
medal?
that part. I'm not gonna lie, I love that part. I love that part. I
But
absolutely
it's
love
like,
that part.
come on.
It's like,
This is
yes.
written by. This is written by like
I'm telling you, it was like a
the
fan-made
Reddit.
movie. But I love that part. But the Ewok part, I mean, as much as I love my Ewoks, but if I were to put this in a ranking, I mean, I always go between Return of the Jedi and Empire. Those two are my favorite. And then I always go between Force Awakens or A New Hope. And then after that, I probably go Rogue One. And then... What?
I'm sorry, I just don't
You-
don't
you
vibe with
think-
Rogue One.
Do you think this one's better than Rogue One?
Oh, 110%.
Well, I get it. And then that's tough. I can't decide the next three. The next
The next
you'd probably
three-
yell at me
Wait,
if I said which one was the next one. I
which ones haven't you ranked?
I haven't ranked the prequels, and then Solo, or this one.
Rise of Skywalker
I think
or The
next
Last
one,
Jedi?
Or yeah, that movie. All right, and then I'd go. Shoot, where did I go? I think it's between this one and Revenge of the Sith, to be honest with you. And
Yeah,
then
that's fair.
I put Last Jedi. I don't hate the movie. I actually think it's fine. It's just that there's a good portion of it that makes zero sense because it has nothing to do with the overall plot. Like the Finn storyline makes no sense to the overall plot.
No, yeah, there's a lot of dumb stuff in The Last Jedi too.
And then there's a lot of cringy moments in that movie too. But with that oh, bless you. But with that oh man. But with that said, is there anything else you'd like to add to this spoilery discussion?
No, if you're a Star Wars fan, just go.
Oh yeah, go see it. Yeah,
Shut up.
Whoa, man, I don't have to be so rude. Gosh darn. Go see Cats.
I'm kidding. Love you.
Do you really?
Watch Cats.
Watch Cats and then go watch this movie. Okay?
Dude, I can't wait. I really want to watch it.
I do.
Do you know that they're still doing VFX work on Cats and it's been out for like a week?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. That's probably gonna happen to the same thing with like Sonic or something. But man, it's like he had all that talent. It's like it just goes to waste. But I mean, before I still have to see a lot of movies still. Like I still have to see Bombshell and a lot of movies. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. Oh wait. Before we end this, what did you think of Lando?
Sure. He was in it.
I know. See, that's like like a lot of people
Lando was
said
in it, but
that
he doesn't need to be in it.
The guy with the hacker person
Yeah.
in Last Jedi should have been Lando, which I
Like,
think
it was nice.
makes sense. Like it makes more sense than in this movie. But anyways,
Benicio del Toro.
so yeah, it's a fun movie. Go watch it. Sure, whatever. You know, it's fun. It's fun. You know, it's fun action. Sure, yeah.
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 Watch it
It's
or don't.
you know, it's
I don't
fun.
care.
Yeah, you know,
It's
awesome.
a
Cool.
pretty like
Yeah,
okay.
lightsabers,
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice
I
to.
like
It's not. It
Star
was
Wars,
finally
so
nice to
It was
see
sad. It was
a
nice
movie
to see
that could bring the Star
It was
Wars
nice to, like,
fans together.
do it one more time in the
That's not
theater.
true. But anyways, so tell me, or tell them, where could they find you,
I'm hating it.
Graham Cracker?
You can find me at _Graham Cracker on Instagram. 2 M's at the end of Graham and 2 R's.
And he's doing a giveaway of
No.
5
that's
Graham
not-
Cracker boxes to anyone who leaves a comment down below saying, "I love you, Graham." For anyone
Actually, that
who
is
leaves
true.
that comment down there. Yes,
I'm
that
starting
is
on
true.
that. And you can also find me Squidport Productions on YouTube. I make dumb movies.
He has his own production studio and everything. It's bigger than Tyler Perry's production studio. It's amazing.
We're making.
But he
we're
even has his
actually-
own Death
we're actually
Star on there.
partnering with Tyler Perry for
Tyler Perry.
Boo,
Dang.
a Medea Boo story.
A
sequel
Medea
to a
watching
Medea
Star Wars.
Halloween.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. So you can obviously find me at the Real Kid Critic. And make sure to like and subscribe because that is very important. And as always, in every single video and review, may the Force be with you. Always. Hey guys, I'm a little bit lost right now, as you can see. Do you know where the bathroom is? Because man, like the Force is definitely hitting me here. I mean, do any of you know where the bathroom is? No. Oh, okay then. Well, let's hope the Force is strong with me and I can pull through here. So, by the way, shoot. Make sure to like and subscribe. And that's about it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See you later. Bye. Oh, yeah. Look out for the next video or review. I think I already said this, but, you know, I'll say it again.